Hi everyone, this is Sunny Kumar from Mathematics and Computing Part 2 from IIT BHU, and I'm back again with Hackathon February Easy Problems, and today the problem name is Perfect Divisors. And let's move on to the problem statement. And basically the tags associated with this question are combinatorics and the modular exponentiation. And I've also mentioned my video of binary exponentiation in my description section, so do watch that also for clarity of the question. So let's move further. Okay, so in this question basically we have been given a positive integer x, where x can be represented as x1 power y1 into x2 power y2. Also x1 y1 x2 y2 up to xn yn we have been given as an input data. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to print the sum of the perfect square divisors of x, and x can be represented as this x1 y1 up to xn yn. And note that we have to print the answer after taking modulus, that is 1 e power 9 plus 7. So how we are going to do this, how we are going to approach this question? So let's move further. Before moving further, note that xi yi can vary from 2 into 10 power 6. Also, n can vary from 10 power 5. So how we are going to do this in most efficient approach? Let us understand this. Okay. So the approach would be our number theory simple basics. So before moving further, suppose our n. So let us take from an example 2 power 2 and 3 power 1. Okay. Suppose our n, capital N, would be that is can be represented as x1 power y1 into x2 power y2, that is 2 power 2 into 3 power 1. So what I am going to do is I am going to first let me write the steps to find steps. Our step 1 would be for each x1 powered y1 okay, let me write prime factorize x1 and prime factorize x1 and multiply, okay, multiply powers, okay, and multiply powers with y1. Let me write example here. Okay, so you need not to worry about. Suppose we have, let's say, 6 powered 3. So if we prime factorize 6, it would become 2 into 3, and let's say uh, powered 3. So our on prime factorizing 6 power 3, it would become 2 into 3 whole power 3. So our new value would be 2 power 3 into, okay, sorry for the mistake, let me move the cursor to the here, 2 power 3 into 3 power 3. Okay, so 6 power 3 can be written as, on prime factorizing the base, that is 6, can be written as 2 power 3 into 3 power 3. Similarly, if we write 12 power 3, that can be written as 2 power 2 into 3 power 1. That can also be written as, note that here is the whole power 3. So our new value, that is new statement, 12 power 3, can be written as 2 power. Now note that 3 into 2 would become 6. So it would become 2 power 6 into 3 power 1 into 3, that is 3 power 3. So what I am going to do is I am going to, for each xi yi, I am going to prime factorize the base and adjust such that it would represent as the sum of it would represent the prime factorization of capital N. So in this case I am going to do this for 2 power 2 and 3 power 1, that would already, that is already in perfect state, so I am not going to do this further. So after doing this, our next step would be, note that our next step would be summation of perfect divisors of n. So suppose n can be represented as prime factors. On prime factorization, n can be represented as p1 power q1 into p2 power q2 into p3 power q3 and up to so on. Okay, note that, let me write here, note that p1, p2, p3 are the prime numbers. Okay, so how I have got this is from the step 1, that is I'm going to prime factorize the base and adjust the y1 to e, and I'm going to distribute y1 to each of the powers of powers on prime factorization of its base. That is, as you can see example from here also, note that p1, p2, p3 are the prime numbers. Okay, so I think from the concept of number theory you must have studied that uh, for p1 power q1, p2 power q2, p3 power q3, so our sum of divisors can be written as, so our sum of divisors can be written as, for p1 power q1 our sum of divisors can be written as 1 plus p plus, okay, let me write clearly, 1 plus p plus p square plus p cube plus up to goes up to p power, let's say n. Okay, so our sum of divisors for this part, okay, here n would be replaced by what, q1. Okay, so for this part I can write for sum of divisors as this one, okay, multiplied by, again for p2 case I am going to write, note that here 1 plus p1 plus p1 square plus p1 cube up to p1 power q1, and again for the second case p2 power q2 I am going to write, let me copy this statement, okay, and I am going to paste it here. Okay, so in this case I am going to write 1 plus p2 plus p2 square plus p2 cube, and it goes up to p2 power q2, and similarly if there are also some more terms like p3 q3 p4 q4, our sum of divisors is going to vary from our sum of divisors can be obtained by multiplying all these statements. Okay, so how we are going to do this in most efficient way, let us understand this. Note that this sum is actually a geometric progression, so I can write this sum as from in your previous standards you have also studied, we can write this term as first term into, that is our common difference, that is you can see p1 power, what is the total number of terms here, that is q1 plus 1 minus 1, and this is whole is going to be divided by this whole is going to be divided by our common difference minus 1. So this is the statement of the first part, and our statement for the second part would be like, let me write multiply, so our first term is 1 into our let me write 1 into our common difference, that is p2 power total number of terms, that is p, sorry, q2 plus 1 minus 1. Okay, and this whole is going to be divided by the common difference minus 1, and we are going to do this for every term, that is for every p1 power q1, p2 power q2 and p3 power q3. Note that p1, p2, p3 are prime factorizations, and n can be represented as prime factorizations also note that before that what I have done is for x1 power y1, x2 power y2, to convert to a prime factorization I have used the base, and actually I have prime factorized the base and adjusted the powers accordingly with y1, as you can see example from here also. So our answer would be this sum, that is 1 plus p1 plus p1 square up to p1 power q1 into 1 plus p2 square plus p2 power 3 up to p2 power q2, and if there are more terms I am going to use this multiplication, I'm going to extend this multiplication. So how we are going to do this, how we are going to code this in most efficient way. So let's move on to our code. Okay, so before moving further, one thing this is the sum of, okay, sum of divisors of n. We can find we can use this as sum of divisors of n. So our sum of perfect divisors of n would be what? Sum of perfect divisors of n would be 1 plus p1 square plus p1 power 4 plus p1 power 6 plus up to, if it goes p1 power something powers n, and n is going to be less than equal to q1, okay, and multiplied by similarly 1 plus p2 square plus p2 power 4. Similarly, it is going to be p2 power something less than n1, okay, n2 let's say, and n2 is going to be less than equal to q2. And similarly, I am going to multiply this for my rest of the state. Note that for perfect divisors, and I am always going to use the even number, even powers. Note that because I have to make the perfect divisors, yani perfect square divisors, okay. As you can see, perfect square divisors. So let me write down here also, perfect square divisors of n would be, we are always using the even powers, okay. So let me move on to the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maintain a map that is going to, whose first key, let me write, first key is the prime number, and what would be our second key? Second key stores the frequencies, okay, so you need not to worry about. So now what I'm going to do this, I'm going to take input xi and yi, that is as a and b. So what I'm going to do this, I'm going to make another map, another map, okay. Now what this map is going to do is, this map stores the prime factorization of base. So this map is going to store the prime factorization of the base, and I'm going to call this factorize am. So what is this factorize am? Let me move further here, okay. So here this you can see factorize, and I'm going to comment this code factorize function, okay. I'm going to mention here, and this is actually, I'm going to take the reference of the map, I'm going to store here all everything. So here you can see I'm going to use factorize function, stored it in the map, and if n not equal to 1, and this will be also pushed into the entry of the map. So I'm going to take, this map is going to store the prime factorization of map. So what I am going to do is I'm going to modify this map accordingly with this map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate in my current map, that is for xi power y1, x1 power y1, let's say. So I'm going to modify my actual map. How I'm going to modify my actual map? Note that our, suppose here you can see, suppose here for 12 power 3 I have got 2 square and 3 power 1. So for 2 square, our new state would be, to power is going to multiply it by y1 value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this y1 with our current power, that is 2 square, that is 2 is going to be multiplied by 3, so that it is going to become 2 power 6. So our new second value would be going to become, it is going to be multiplied by the value b. So I am going to take modulus along with, so if integer is going to be overflowed, a modulus is going to manage that. And note that what I am going to do is I am going to modify my actual map, which is going to store the prime factorization of original number capital N, I'm going to modify this map. How I'm going to modify this map? I'm going to make modifications to my power of actual to the entry of my actual power. That is, if our actual power entry is MP of IT dot F, so if current power becomes IT dot S, so our power is going to be incremented by the IT dot S amount. So I'm going to take the modulus along with. Now this I am going to do this for every xi comma yi. Now how I am going to build my answer? How I am going to find the summation of perfect square divisors? So what I am going to do is, here I am going to iterate in my actual map. So let me write here as iterate in my actual map to get the answer. Okay, now what is this value going to do here? It dot s, if it is more, if it is even, I am going to reduce it by 1, and if it is not even, I am going to take it as it is. So why I am going to do this here? Because in next step I am going to go divide it by 2. So what is count is going to store here? Let me write. Count stores the number of elements in current current statement. What is this current statement? Suppose if we have p1 power q1, so our sum of perfect square divisors of n would be p1 square, p1 power 4, p1 power 6. So if n is going to be odd, I am going to reduce it by 1 and going to divide it by 2, so that I am going to find out the number of elements in this case. And if n is even, I'm going to divide it by 2 as it is. So it will give the number of elements in this case. If in this case of p1 power q1, I am going to do this for every pi power qi. That is, count is going to store the number of elements in current statement. So what is R here? Okay, R is the common, let me write, common ratio of geometric progression. R is the common ratio of our geometric progression. Okay, now let me write here, our new numerator would be our power count plus 1 minus 1 plus mod divided by mod. So our new numerator would be, as I have already said, our numerator would become p1 power q1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by common ratio minus 1. So our numerator would become this, and our denominator would become this, that is r minus 1 plus mod. Note that I have taken modulus because sometimes it will cause an integer overflow. So I am going to take modulus every time we are going to multiply, add or do addition. If we are going to do subtract, add the same amount of modulus and then take the modulus. Okay, so this would be our denominator. Note that I am going to find out, this would be our denominator. So our new numerator would be inverse of denominator, because note that I am using modulus. So whenever we convert denominator to numerator, I am going to take the modular multiplicative inverse of that denominator, so that it get easily multiplied with numerator. Okay, so I have used the inverse function. Let me write used inverse function to find the modular multiplicative inverse using format little. Note that I have also explained in my one of the videos how to calculate this efficiently, so do watch it, that also. I have also mentioned the link in the description section of the video. So our new numerator would be inverse of this denominator. So our current answer would become the current numerator into our new numerator, which is actually the inverse of the denominator, and I am going to take the modulus always, so that integer doesn't overflow. So our answer for the current state would be our previous answer into our current answer. Okay, note that I have always doing multiplying the first statement into second statement into third statement always to find the sum of the divisors. So sum of divisors can be found using this method efficiently. Okay, so I'm going to do this for every entry in the map. Now let's move on to the explanation of this binary power and factorize. Note that I have used the binary power this function directly, and you need not to worry about because I have explained in detail in one of my videos. You can find that in my description section of the video, and also I have discussed the to find the inverse using Fermat-Little theorem. So do watch it that also. So the code is very simple and the question is somewhat tricky. So if you have any doubt, do not forget to mention in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and also join my Telegram channel mentioned in the description section of the video. And thank you for watching this video.